Good morning, folks, and welcome. This is a special day for our museum. Every day is a special day, but this is an extra special day for us. I'm one of the old leftovers from the Upson family, and this being the Upson house that has been donated for the museum for Vinton. I welcome everyone. Thank you all for being here, and let me introduce our former president. She was Barbara Dillon, was president of our Historical Society and the museum for 18 years. So again, my name is, let me tell you, Barbara Hargis, and I'm now welcoming all of you and introducing Barbara Dillon. Thank you. How many of you were born in Vinton? That's what I figured, not very many. How many of you remember the streetcar? Yeah. How many of you remember ruts on Washington Avenue and mud holes?
That's out there today.
How many of you remember a long time ago when you stepped on the brakes in your car and hollered, "Whoa"? You know, how many of you remember when the Civil War troops marched down through Vinton and even used our courthouse as headquarters for a few days?
You don't even remember that.
I don't even remember that. You're right. That's all right. I'm not far from it. How many of you remembered when the Indians camped in here and there were buffalo roaming in here and there were tobacco products growing in here and a lot of grain and the arrowheads left over behind the war memorial in a lady's garden? And I lived up on Jefferson Street above Rodney Cook's school, and my dad's uncle lived next door, and I found a white arrowhead in his yard one time. And I still have it in a box somewhere at my house, but it's a little white arrowhead. How many of us even remember when the buffalo roamed? Or when downtown Vinton had cows and horses and even a pig once in a while, or some ducks or chickens roaming around, as well as the cats and dogs, or a billy goat and some other things, as well as the people. And when they had mud running up to the stores, they had a few planks laying on the ground. I don't remember that either. But my, how the times have changed. The museum has stored a whole lot of that information right inside of these walls. When the Upson girls gave this house to the town of Vinton, the Vinton seniors wanted this house, and we almost had a fight over that. We had editorials in the paper and everything, but look who won. And they got the senior building over there, and which is much better. I know I wrote an article, and several others did too. I could just not imagine a thing you bake pottery in when you mold things and paint them. But they had, I said, they just put something like that in a kiln over here in the Upson house, it'd just be messing up the house. The Historical Society needs it for a museum. And since this is the only museum in Vinton, we have a lot of those good old things stored in here. How many of you ever washed your clothes and did them on a washboard? My children don't even probably know what a washboard is, and I know my grandchildren don't, my great-grandchildren don't. And then we even have old churns in here that made milk and everything else. But you know what? We're just to the walls filled up and running over, and we want to start building an addition to this house back on the back side so the front would look just like it does now, probably. We wouldn't do a thing without the town of Vinton giving us permission and going over it with us, because we don't want to mess up anything. And you know that new library is going up over here, and it's going to have a door on the back side right on this corner, and we'll be right here. And we hope that all of this just make Vinton a much better place to live. And we're even starting a genealogy collection. If you ever got married and had a death in the paper, or were a serviceman that had a picture, we might have your picture already on file in here, because we have a whole lot of them in here. And we have a lot of things getting ready, and we want yours and everybody else's. If you find out somebody's got a little genealogy of their family, please bring us a copy or let us copy it or something, because we want to get a record you'd be surprised. People come in here on vacation. They have seen our sign coming into the town and called a number on the door and met them down here hunting something about their family. And you'd be surprised how many times we can find things that they're really proud of. Now, we need your help. We want your help. And we even have a mile of pennies working right now. We've got over a half a mile of pennies already collected toward this new building project. And we need your help. We don't want just your money. We want your pictures. We want pictures of your family. We want history of your family or any good old goodie that was used way back when. We appreciate your coming today and thank you so much and hope you'll come and visit us now. And a little later on, come back and we're going to mess up everything's inside because we're going to rearrange everything in there and bring our office to the front.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for taking us back in time and bringing us up to date. We appreciate that. Now we are so pleased and blessed this morning to have our honorable Mayor of Vinton, Brad Gross. Thank you.
I can get up slow over here. I don't mind getting up slow now.
Thank you so much, Barbara. And that was, Ms. Dillon, that was very enjoyable. I appreciated that march back through time, I guess I should say. Well, thank you for the invitation to be here this morning. I am honored to be among you. This is a great group, and we appreciate so much what you folks do for the town of Vinton. The Historical Society obviously has maintained this for years now, 25 years, and it's just been a great addition to the town. So thank you for what you're doing. We'll certainly support you all we can. You know, I think this museum is very important to the town of Vinton. As a matter of fact, I would suggest that if a town forgets its past, if you lose that connection with your past, then you become just a place. Vinton is much more than a place. It's more than a place because of people like you that are willing to donate your time and to work on things like this museum. It's just a really important connection. You know, we had a consultant come to town recently, and they helped us come up with a new branding slogan. You've probably seen the In Vinton model already, and we're very proud of that. Part of what the consultant found was that Vinton was a place where you can make connections. So our connection to the past in this museum is important. And you don't have to live in Vinton. You don't even have to have a business in Vinton to be connected here in Vinton. That's part of the In Vinton. And you folks certainly help us with that connection that's so important to the past. So again, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for making Vinton much more than just a place. Vinton is a very special community, and you are a very important part of it. So thank you, folks, again. We appreciate what you're doing. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate your words, and we certainly appreciate you working us into your schedule today. Next on our program is Chris Lawrence. He is manager of the town of Vinton. So would you all please welcome Chris?
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you very much for your invite and for having me here. I thought what I would touch on is the future now. It's always important to learn, to know what the history was so that we don't make some of the same mistakes. So we celebrate the things that were good in our past and build on those. And we've really worked as a staff with the Historical Society, with the community, to really try to lay out the future of not just downtown, which is what everybody sees and hears about for the last couple of years, but kind of how that's going to progress into more things to come in Vinton. You know, our future has challenges. We presented the budget last week. It's not easy, but what I've learned is this community works together, is a community. We highlight our strengths, and we decide what's important to us, and that's what everybody gets on board with. and moves forward with. The future of the museum is bright. We look forward to working with you on ideas and how best to manage and expand the museum with the opportunity of the library next door. It's a very key opportunity to have a large number of people, 200,000 people, come to the library every year. So for us to be able to capture just a little bit of that, you know, I keep saying if people would spend $5 in downtown, 200,000 people, that's $1 million. I think a lot of businesses could survive off $1 million worth of sales a year. So we look forward to working with our businesses, with our community. If you have suggestions, please let us know. We look forward to seeing kind of the new results of things on the inside of the museum as well, as you guys open your doors to the community. So thank you very much for having me, and Barbara, done, so thank you very much.
Oh, come on in.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. I hope you all have noticed how close the museum, the Historical Society, and our leaders in Vinton, we work close together, and that's so important. We couldn't do this. We couldn't keep this house open without the leadership and the cooperation that we have from our town leaders, and we appreciate that so very much. Now, our next speaker and friend with us this morning is our Honorable Jason Peters. He just was brought in to Vinton. He's been a Vintonite for a while, but now he's our supervisor, Vinton, the district. Jason, we welcome you this morning, and thank you already for you and your family being with us. Thank you.
Barbara, thank you. I just wanted to stop by this morning. I told Doug I'm actually working this morning, but I wanted to come down and express my support for the museum and to congratulate you on 25 years. I know we spend a lot of time as we look at new buildings that will be erected here shortly. We're always looking towards the future, but we also got to remember the past gives us usually a very good roadmap. Thinking about things that we've done wrong, that we need to improve upon, but also building on the good decisions we've made and remembering all the things that have gone before. And I guess it's one of the things I've really enjoyed about the Historical Museum is that we have a way to look back on all the things that the town has done and done well. And I want to see those things continue. I'm glad to say that and I hope to say that the library will bring more visitors to the Historical Museum so people will understand what we're all about and understand what's happened here throughout the years. But like I said, I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on 25 years, let you know that you have my full support and the support of our board, and I look forward to spending a whole lot of time with you over the next 3.5 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Folks, it has been a short program, but let me tell you, we have a lot of talent here. We appreciate each and every person that gives their time and talent to work with us. Again, we could not do it by ourselves. We work together, and that is both a blessing and the way we keep it going. Thank you so much.
Barbara,
Yes.
we have two other council members here. Matt Harris standing out in the yard. Wes Nance is over here in the corner.
Okay.
Doug Adams is behind you.
Okay.
Doug came in.
Good.
Doug
Okay.
Adams.
And our police
So we-
chief is here as well.
And Ben's back there too.
Listen, we're so personal. And again, we have council members here this morning, and that is wonderful. And so would one of you all, or any of you like to speak, please come up and you're welcome, okay? Anyone? All right. Well, let me tell you, let me say this. They are Our work is behind the scenes. So much is done that no one knows about, and goodness knows it don't go in front of a camera. But anyway, it's again, working together is the way we do it. Thank you so much, and we will. It doesn't end here. We have refreshments. So anyone that's out there seeing this, come on by. We are. Let me tell you this, by the way. We're open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 2, and also we have our telephone numbers posted on the front door. And if you'll call one of those numbers, any one of them will come down and take you through. And something else, this is all free, folks. Doesn't cost you anything, just your time. So come on down, go through the museum. Again, like Barbara brought out, you'll see things that you never thought about in your life because it dates back farther than we are. And so, and then we have some up-to-date things. So all of it together, and with our expanding in the back of the house, and the reason that we're doing this is because we're just overloaded. But that's a blessing also. So come on by anytime you get a chance, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, 10 to 2, or by appointment, and we'll be here. Thank you again, and as you know, you're always welcome in Vinton. Thank you.